What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Right off the bat, I'm going to ask you for a long duration to this video. This video is going to be suppressed. I can just about guarantee it. I'm glad that you clicked and found it. And please hit the like button. These are the stories that everybody needs to hear. And I thank you. This story that's going on in East Palestine, Ohio, is not being talked about by our government officials. The Biden administration has not talked about it. CNN, I think, finally started doing some reporting, a little bit of reporting, because citizen journalists were going out there and getting the word out on Twitter. This is where Twitter becomes important and still needed in society. Kanako the Great. Okay, so check them out if you're on Twitter or Substack. All right, so all right, here we go. Photos, videos, and news reports about train derailment and toxic chemical release in East Palestine, Ohio. This may be the largest environmental disaster in U.S. history. We're looking at a toxic cocktail of deadly chemicals purposely being burned off in East Palestine after a train derailment. And they include vinyl chloride, which is a toxic carcinogen, dangerous, hydrogen chloride, and phosgene. All that's going into the air. And just to go real quick and give a brief, just a brief synopsis of what happened. Some of you might have heard this story on YouTube or if you're on Twitter. There was a train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, because of poor maintenance on these trains and probably tired engineers. Who knows? I don't know exactly the resource point here, but it happened on February the 3rd. By February the 6th, the officials and the governor, they were saying that the area around there is getting so warm, they're afraid that it's going to explode, make the carts, the train carts explode, sending shrapnel into the air that would hurt people. So they decided, let's pierce the tanks and just have a control burn. This looks like anything but. And so it goes into like breathing these chemicals. Like phosgene is a highly toxic colorless gas that is used as a chemical weapon in World War I. I mean, people are talking about how their animals are dying. Their chickens are dying immediately. They're finding dead fish in the river. Top owners of this train corporation is Vanguard, JP Morgan, Chase, and BlackRock. So that's not storm clouds. Those are the plumes, the chemicals. Those are nothing but chemicals up in the sky like that. People who are trying to report on this, they got arrested. They didn't even test people's homes. And they were like, okay, yeah, now y'all can return home. Well, there's people even in Pennsylvania, because Ohio and Pennsylvania, they share the border. They're saying like, yo, going outside, going back home, I'm already coughing and my eyes are runny. Yes, it's all they smell is chemicals, and it's going into their respiratory system and doing God knows what. In my perspective, and I know this is not easy to do, I don't know how I could return home. I just simply don't know how. While this is going on, so this is Pete Buttigieg. This is our transportation secretary. Since he's been on, there's been countless derailments. We've had to even ground all of our airplanes last month because there was a glitch in the system. So the FAA had to ground every airplane. Nobody could travel. That hasn't happened since 9/11. He's in charge of this. He's a diversity hire because he's gay and has kids.
To work with your contractors, to work with your community colleges.
While this is happening, this is what he's worried about.
On building a workforce that reflects the community. We have heard way too many stories from generations past of infrastructure where you got a neighborhood, often a neighborhood of color, that finally sees the project come to them, but everyone in the hard hats on that project looking like, doing the good paying jobs, don't look like they came from anywhere near the neighborhood.
I can't stand these people because this is what you're concerned about. We got to stop those barriers. Okay, more Black people can go to school for construction. There's Pell Grants to do that. There is a toxic situation going on in Ohio, and he is not talking about that. Instead, they're making up lies and pandering to, of course, another group, they're ideological, the Black people, and telling lies. I don't need to be pandered to. I don't. I need you to do the job. I need the infrastructure to work how it's supposed to work, okay? So this is bad. This is wrong. And Joe Biden, too, has not made a statement about this at all. Not even a tweet. His intern has not even had time to tweet about this. And then, please, I hope you guys have made it to this far of the video. because it is not just this I have a problem with. There is something serious going on in Ohio, and I understand what's going on with all the Marxist uh, reporting out here, how the pandering to black people so we can keep making mistakes with our lives and then keep being victims. I get it. You know what I mean? I'm totally against it, and I'll call it out. But Charlie Kirk is weak. Yes, I have to bring it there. Charlie Kirk is very weak. I'm tired of these conservative pundits. You know what I'm saying? Who are weak, who aren't ready to stand up for what they quote believe in, right? You're supposed to be conserving traditionalism, but want to take shots, easy shots. If a train carrying deadly chemicals derailed in urban Atlanta or Detroit, there would be riots in the street, but it happened in rural Ohio near a bunch of Trump voters, so the media is silent. Let me tell you something. That's not why the media is silent. The media is silent. Joe Biden is silent. They're silent because they know they effed up. The media is being told to be silent about this. We were forced to talk about it because of us. So I put, you're weak and pathetic. You always take racial shots because it's easy. This is the same conservative who was perfectly fine with gay marriage. You stand for nothing. Yes, there would be riots in the hood, and the residents of Ohio should take it to the streets too. This their livelihood. They're sitting there sniffing chemicals. I don't know if there's any oxygen in the air. You know what I mean? This is terrible. This is bad, and I'm going to keep looking into this. But yeah, I don't understand the point of that. I don't. And I'm not condoning violence. I'm just saying, what was that for? And when I say the thing about gay marriage, like, isn't that these conservatives just want to be cool? They just want to be cool. At least if you were conserving what you said you used to stand for, but you don't. So don't take the racial shots. What does that do? It does nothing. I wish these people would take it to the streets. They deserve to. You guys keep it locked right here. We're going to stay on top of this story, okay? Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys at the next video. Bye.